Hello friends, it's Daryl. Today we're going to show you how to fix the refrigerator that's not getting cold all the way through like it's supposed to. I've done this before. It's been years ago, so I didn't do a video on it back then, but you're going to need to see this because it's going to save you a lot of money compared to getting a service call when your refrigerator stops getting cold. Now this particular refrigerator is a GE French door model with ice and water through the door. Temperature in the upper part of the refrigerator is creeping up into the high 40s. Freezer was staying frozen solid, which was good. We can't hear the fan that's supposed to be running right now in the back. There's a little fan right in here that brings the cold air up from the freezer and into the main refrigerator. You see we've got all the shelves and stuff out. Once we get to this point, it's pretty easy. We got into 1/4 inch screws left to take out. There'll be one here and one over here. 1, 2, 3 back here. 4. There's another one behind this, but that just pops out. And there's another screw right back in there and a connection wire for your fan. If you squeeze that, you can pull that out. Front lid will lift right up, pull off. There's ice buildup in these vents. That tells you that there's ice buildup behind this panel, which is blocking the flow of cold air going upward. The fan has indeed stopped working. The screws in these side rails are actually in this front hole right here. What you're going to do is you're going to put your finger back here and pull forward smartly, and it comes right out. Now we can take the motor cover off. The plug for the fan has a little wiring clip up there, a harness. You have to lift it up and over the top of that and pull it out like that. Now we can tip this forward. This back cover plate has so much ice buildup around it that we can't actually pull it out right now. I'm going to have to try and chop some of that ice off so we can tip that forward. Once you get the back cover plate off, it's right here. You just wiggle a little and pull it out. Here's our new part. I purchased it from a local appliance store. Genuine GE replacement part. This was $94 at my local appliance parts store, which isn't even really that local because there's not that many places around anymore that sell appliance parts. It's a store I've been doing business with for at least 45 years. It's really good to support these local businesses like this because you never know when you're going to need something quick. I could have got this similar part to this, different brand, but similar part to this for 25 bucks. Or even I saw a couple of them for $12 on Amazon. But it would have been three days to get here, and who knows the quality of the parts. So there's always that factor to think about. This comes with a 1-year warranty. We transferred the rubber gasket boot to the new part. The label's going to face upward, and these little tabs down here are going to face downward because, there we go, it slides right in. I take this and plug it back into place. Hear that? Running already. Replace the 5 screws with the white paint on them. There, and here. Make sure your wires are tucked up where they're supposed to be in that little holder. Take your fist. There it is. Time to put the side rails back on. Now there's a trick to putting the left side one back on. If you look back here, this is the control vent for your vegetable drawer cooler. And it defaults, it's closed right there, in the all the way down position. This rod is what slides in there and makes it go up and down when you move the lever in the front. Like so, you got to lift the lever all the way up so the rod drops down so it'll slide into that groove as you're putting it in. Snap it smartly into place. You'll hear it click. One more screw we got to put in on that. We use the silver screws for this. Here we go, all back together. Temperature's dropped to 44, which isn't where it needs to be quite yet, but that's a good number. Everything in here is hot and warm still. It's going to take a while for all that to equalize. I have no doubt in my mind that this would cost you $250 to $300 or maybe even a little more if you called a service to come out and repair it for you. But with the help of my local parts supply company seen in this business card here, or a quick order on Amazon, I'll put a link to the part in the description of the video, you can do this yourself, save the money, and feel confident that your appliance is fixed correctly the first time.